Welcome, one and all, to the K.O.E. Nation for a long time coming spirits review. I am your King of Extreme, Phil K.O.E., joined by my indomitable broadcast partner, the one, the only,
Tony G. Like, share, subscribe, and follow us both on TikTok, K.O.E. Nation, Tony the Rod 2.0. It's the right thing to do, folks. Follow us any way you can. And, of course, Big Fucking Empire on Facebook and YouTube.
Of course, that is right after you like, share, subscribe right here to KOE Nation on YouTube. But without further ado, folks, I am your King of Extreme, Phil KOE, and I am extremely excited to get into this private select Maker's Mark. This one is a very interesting one. This is one Tony actually was able to find.
Yes.
This was in a two-pack with Maker's Cask.
Yes, the
46.
Maker's Cask 46 two-pack,
A very
375 bottles, and by golly, I was looking for this. I was looking for the 46 cask, and this beauty just happened to be accompanying it. So they both had to come home with me. It's like you go to the pound and you see the brother and the sister, and they both give you the sad puppy dog eyes. You can't leave one behind. You got to take them both home. Little Dan, old Dan, and little Ann have both got to come home.
Wow. Well done. Well done. All right, here we go. There we go. All right.
Maker's doesn't usually disappoint on the cork.
There you go, T. As I pour, I will allow you to get into the
All
little
right.
booklet of factoids.
So, oh goodness, there's a lot going on here. We'll skip that. One of 1,001 combinations. Our private selection program allows individuals to create a unique Maker's Mark cask strength bourbon by selecting 10 virgin oak finishing styles from among 5 choices. This one in particular. My goodness, I really like how they put it on the front of the bottle now. They actually don't put it on the little booklet.
Yeah, as opposed to the back of the old school ones.
Yeah, I like it on the front.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just old-fashioned. I like it the other
So
way.
on this one, it's on the front. They didn't put it in the booklet.
Okay, what we've got is 5 baked American puree. We've got 0 seared French cuvee. We've got 1 Maker's Mark 46.
A little low, but that's all right.
And 4 toasted French spice. There we go.
It's high in a couple areas. So it's really high. Yeah, just for clarification, 0 on 2 of the stuffs, very high on the baked American pure and toasted French spice, and very small on the Maker's 46 base. So this could be interesting.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Phil already likes the nose, so it is.
It's like green apples.
Oh, that dances on the nose. Oh,
Slight
wow.
flowers, slight like floral pattern, but it's really green apple.
Yeah, very fruit. Wow. That's got to be the baked American pure. I would assume.
We learned us something today.
Wow. Really nice nose. And the proof on this is 110 even.
And it does not smell it.
No. Yeah, much like the cask strength Maker's Mark. Does not smell the proof.
Yeah, this is delightful.
Wow. Yeah, let's get into that. Zesty.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! Tangy. Oh, man. This one definitely finishes a lot closer to that proof than the cask strength Makers did.
What I'm going to say is...
Wow, this one's sharp.
Yes, it is. But when you first go in, at first, you get that caramel that's normally so missing from Maker's Mark.
Yeah.
You get a good, significant bit of that beautiful caramel.
Yeah, there's a sweetness.
And then the spice just overtakes you. And that experience, and I hate to compare other products, but I'm going to do it here. That experience of the spice ride, to me, is analogous to like a really spicy, minty Macallan, where it's like, wow, I'm on this ride. How do I get off almost? Because it's just, there's so much spice, so much flavor. but it's got this really sweet caramel front. And this is one that I think would, I believe, if you were to put like an ice ball, I think it'd cut the spice and you'd keep the caramel, and that would be just heavenly.
Yeah, I think that's worth a shot with this. Wow. This is really, really nice. There, now I can finally get that Maker's Mark peanut. Okay.
There's something else in the middle that I can't quite identify.
I was gonna say there's something I'm trying to put my finger on and I can't.
Something very earthy. Like makes you almost want to think of like chewing on a root. Like my finger on it. Like a raw rhubarb or something.
It's nice.
Yeah, this is all over the place, but in the right way.
Yeah.
This is now the nose is way more up my alley.
True.
The palate is right up your alley. Let's be frank.
I say I'm enjoying this. This is very nice. 110 proof, but oof. Like this gives you a bit of a slap to the face and wakes you up, and really, you got to go back in and make sure you didn't miss something.
Yeah, excellent stuff.
That's really nice.
So,
wow.
My word, God, Heavenly King. So now we get to the very, very difficult part of the show, and that is grading. We're going to grade on a 5-star scale. 5 meaning you have to have it before you shuffle off this mortal coil. 0 meaning leave it behind you. The K.O.E Nation has advised you well. So we're going to grade it as a bourbon, as a whiskey, cask-aged spirit, its shelving, and then the secret 5th question for those new to the show. So, before we get into that, just a personal aside. As a Maker's Mark product on a 5-star scale, what would you put it as?
4 1/4.
I'm going to disagree with you, but only just and give this 4.5 stars.
Wow.
As a Maker's Mark product. Really, I keep saying these store picks and any of these like special, like anything like a store pick, some of the best deals in whiskey, and any kind of private select that comes from Maker's Mark, I have yet to have one that I
What's
don't
so
enjoy.
great about Maker's Mark is they're not afraid to play with the formula that got in there. You've got something good, you've got something good, and you allow yourself to tweak it to see what you can come up with different calculations. More distilleries should do that, because just look at all the great offshoots you get from it. And you send all these variations out across the country, and they're mostly terrific. Some are just good, not terrific. So, like, it's win-win.
Yeah.
More distilleries should do exactly what they're doing.
Personally have yet to have a bottle of Private Select that I haven't enjoyed. Like, this is one from the still from a few years ago, and this is the last bottle of this, and I'm holding on to it for a very special occasion.
Yeah, that stuff's amazing.
So now we move on to the official gradings. As a bourbon whiskey, Tony, what would you grade this as a bourbon on a 5-star scale?
I'm going to go 4. Yep. This feels so familiar with the Maker's Mark profile, but it's got so much extra sweetness and fruit that I wasn't expecting. Yeah, and spice.
The spice doesn't really overtake you as much in your 3rd, 4th, and 5th sip.
Yeah, but that the first two.
Woo! Yeah.
It brings you back. Woo!
Yeah, it'll set you back in your chair.
You mellow into it.
Yes, I do have to agree. But as a bourbon, I'm going to disagree with you. I'm going to give it 4.25.
Wow.
I think this has all the notes that you want in a bourbon. Wow. And this is one of those, if you were to introduce somebody like, hey, this is bourbon, and you put a Maker's Mark Private Select in front of them, you're going to spoil them for bourbon.
Yeah.
You're going to like, is all bourbon delicious and marvelous like this?
I see, and I don't know. You almost have to work your way up.
Yes, most of it actually is. Is it?
This one could be a little harsh for somebody who's not overly familiar with bourbon. So
yeah, let's be frank. Like you're kind of a. Let's be frank, you're kind of a proof snob. Me, I'm an age statement snob. But yeah, for proof snobs, even you're saying, slow down. Maybe this would be a better introduction. Maker's 101. Maker's 46. Yeah, that's also marvelous stuff. So yes, if you can't tell, folks, here at the K.O.E Nation, we're kind of fans of Maker's Mark. I don't know where they get that.
Little bit.
But
yeah, I don't know.
Now we move on to whiskey. As a whiskey, putting it up against all the whiskeys of the world on a 5-star scale, T, what would you give it, sir?
I'm going with my gut on this, and I can't exactly justify the reasoning. It just feels right. 3.25. Because putting it up against whiskey, there's some things I think, I don't know, just it doesn't quite mesh up well against some other iterations of whiskey. So I don't know. I can't justify it again, but that's what spoke to me.
I think it's because, and correct me if I'm wrong here, when you're thinking of whiskey, you're also putting in your mind the idea of the vast world of finished whiskeys.
Yeah.
And once you start getting into finished whiskeys, that's, like I said, it's a wide world of sports.
Indeed.
Now, I've name dropped them before. You're even talking about things like Dalmore, the Macallan. These are finished whiskeys, but they're excellent whiskeys. I'm going to disagree with you a little bit more, and I'm going to go 3.75 because there's really nothing you couldn't do with this in terms of cocktailing, in terms of putting it on the rocks, just enjoying it neat. It could meet all those occasions. So I'm going to go 3.75.
Out of some of these, this is one of them that I'm least interested in trying it with an ice ball. I don't know why. I feel like that might actually dilute the flavor. Like some of these, I think it would have opened up, but this one, I don't know.
Just the nose, though, is so delightful.
Nose is nice. Yes.
Like if you were just nosing whiskeys, like this one would be top 10. Okay.
It's nice. It's just
a delightful green apples and floral patterns and goodness gracious. Nice. And the flavor ain't bad neither. So then we move on to cask aged spirits. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say 3.5. Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was thinking, honestly. Yes. 3.5.
Now, keep in mind, a lot of the charm of this is in its cask aging. Yes. Like that, and it's this unique process.
That's why I was instantly thinking higher, but I don't know. There's an element missing for the cask side that I wanted more here. I can't ask for a lot more. Like I'm being greedy even saying that.
I really wish they put age statements on these.
Yeah.
But that's just me being an age statement snob. Like, I'm sorry, I can't help myself. But God, it's marvelous whiskey, because here's another weird one. Shelving. This is a top shelf whiskey.
Yeah, it probably could be. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, honestly.
This is going to be Friday night to special occasion for UT. This is your bottle. Yeah. So now that segues into the secret fifth question. Now, to lead into that, what did you pay for this USD for this 2-pack? Do you remember?
I want to say it was like, I can't remember specifically, 35 to 50, somewhere in there.
Ooh, okay. At 35, I'd jump on. At 50, I'd go, maybe. So yeah, at 35, yes, you just jump on that.
It was somewhere in there.
So when this bottle runs empty, will you seek another one?
You're asking for a lot, considering the Stave profile is so unique with Maker's Mark, and there's so many varieties out there. It's hard to not want to treat it like a Pokemon and get them all, right? So I'm probably going to try another iteration. I'm going to try something with a different profile. But this is terrific. And it's like you said, there hasn't been a bad one yet.
Yeah, I mean, I've got one that I've had several bottles of that I've used for a lot of special occasions. This one I haven't gotten into. And like you said, it's when I was explaining this to my dad, the Private Select program and how they do it, my dad's like, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
It creates false scarcity.
Exactly.
And it was like, he's immediately thinking about marketing, and it's like, it really is. And it, like you said, it's like Pokemon mixed with false scarcity. You want to collect them all.
It's not regional, really.
And there's 1,001 different combos.
Most of these distilleries have the regional thing picked with the store picks, but this, on the other hand, this isn't even handcuffed to regions. This is just everywhere.
Yeah.
You've got to look.
Everyone
You've
can
got to
have
look
a
under the
unique-
truck, behind the rock, in the bushes to find some of these.
Well, every store can have its own unique
Beautiful.
maker's mark, basically.
Beautiful.
And that's a marvelous, marvelous thing. So, me, I'm gonna have the same with you. I want to try to sample at least a few more combinations before I settle on the perfect private select combinations that are right for me. And that's the beautiful thing about the private select program. But, well, T,
By all means.
as I'm known to say around here, all that being said, thank you for joining us for this long time coming review of Maker's Mark Private Select of this specific recipe. Folks, there's plenty more coming down the pipe. Don't you dare go anywhere. Keep your eyes on this space. Be sure to like, share, subscribe right here at the K.O.E. Nation. I am your King of Extreme, Phil K.O.E., the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man that makes the other podcast cower, signing off and handing it off to my indomitable broadcast partner, the one, the only,
Tony G. Like, share, subscribe again. But if you already did, don't undo that. That would be a terrible idea. So just make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Yep, do that. Thank you for coming. See you next time.
Here and see if it just smooths itself out.
get back, tell you what I'll do. If I ever get back, I promise to refabricate you raging rivers of gold. That's what the brochure advertised. And now we're lost, we gotta take it down. Let you down slow, it's hard to survive. El Dorado. Oh, Lord. Well, let's see how that one went.
Yeah.